Curve SOP, Orient Mode. In this video, we will look at the Orient Mode in the Curve SOP. I start to create a geometry node and a Bezier curve SOP there. Let's start to draw some points. Now, I select the Orient Mode button. On this curve, you can hold the Shift key and click on a point to add an orient handle. Now it shows some axis lines on the curve. You can start to rotate the handle to reorient these axes. The green lines are the Y and the blue is the Z direction. By adding handles to the other points on the curve, you can adjust the in-between axes. The question is, why do we need these orientation adjustments? The answer is that by adjusting these axes on a curve, the resulting deformations or surfaces created from this curve will differ. Here I want to show you an example of how to use this with other SOPs. Let's add a sweep node to our network. I set the surface shape to a round tube with more columns and a little more radius. Okay, now we can control the surface by rotating each handle. As you rotate the handle, you will see the tube twist around the curve at that point. You can control the orientation values by defining an attribute for each point on the curve. To achieve this, I added a resample SOP to my network with 27 segments. We require a curve U attribute created by this node. I copy this attribute name for the next step. Here, I added a point wrangle to write the codes. Now we can control the orientation of each point along the curve. But before we dive into the attributes further, let's reset our orientation by holding the Control key and clicking on the points. To make the curve U attribute visible, I want to click on its name here. Finally, I'm going to multiply the values by 5 to make the result more visible. Now, the start of our ramp is aligned with the start of the curve, and its end is aligned with the end of the curve based on the curve's U attribute. Let's start by adding some control points to our ramp and watching the feedback in the viewport. See? Changing the ramp affects the resulting twist of the sweep based on the value of the points attribute. Thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe to my channel. Your support means a lot to me.